Okay, so let's then continue. So we continue with chapter 15, and it's a very long chapter about transporting. So we said transporting is one of the no, actually it's long, but we just started. Transporting is one of the melachas. So transporting, of course, they have to transport mishkan in the desert. That's transporting from one domain to another. We discuss. I'm not going to repeat, but like quickly to summarize, we have three different domains. We have private domain, it's our territory. We have public domain, which is very rare, right? We said 600,000 people have to pass in one day, and we have Carmelis, which is intermediate. It's not private and it's not public. So, but we treat our Carmelis, which is rabbinically, as a public domain, right? As a public domain. So we are not allowed to carry from one domain into another, from public to private, from private to public, and to Carmelis, this intermediate. Doesn't matter. Or we're not allowed to carry in Carmelis or in a public domain for 4 amos. 4 amos, they translate is 7 feet or 2.1 meters. Okay. So all right. So and transporting, we said what you pick up, you walk, or right, and then you put down, or even if you throw. So you pick up, you throw something, so it's still considered to be carrying. Okay. So, but then we say carrying permitted for the needs of the Yom Tov. Continue. Part number 2. The items that could have been carried to the destination before Yom Tov. So same with the food, right? We said, yeah, if it's better when it's fresh, use fresh salad. Of course, you cannot come prepare 3 days in advance, or 2 days, even 1 day in advance, right? But something like meat or some other things, if you could have prepared in advance and they would be exactly the same quality, so why shouldn't you, right? So there was some restriction. Same is here. Why you did not do it before? Okay. We learn see in chapter 2 exactly that even where there is a legitimate reason for performing melach on Yom Tov, for example, Chol nefesh for what person eats, right? It is permitted only if it could have been performed with. It is permitted only if it could not have been performed with equal result before Yom Tov. Right, as we said. This rule does not apply to carrying. Okay, very interesting. Even a need exists, when a need exists to carry something through the public domain in Yom Tov, it is permitted even where he could have been, even where this could have been done prior to Yom Tov. Okay, so that's a big difference and a big leniency. Not leniency, that's halacha. That we can realize, even though we could have bring this thing before the Yom Tov, but they allowed us to carry it on Yom Tov. Okay, but of course, as we're going to say, for Yom Tov needs, it's not like you have time. You're going this way anyway, so you can carry things. No. Rambam Hilchas Yom Tov 1 Halachos 5 through 6. Explained that the general prohibition on performing melacha that could have been done before Yom Tov was enacted by the sages in order to enhance enjoyment of Yom Tov. Right, so that's what we said many times. Sages will try to guard us from ourselves, right? Because if they would not build these protections, we would not enjoy the Yom Tov. Right? Many people can work. Many people can work, but not many people can enjoy holidays properly, enjoy Shabbos properly. And it's some people do not know what to do beside the work. It's very scary. Like I saw many people, they in my office where I used to work, they did not want to retire. They was scared to retire because they knew that as soon as they retire, they're going to die. So what's the purpose of life? If I'm not going to go to the office, I'm going to be under the pressure, this and this. Empty people, as we understand. But that's the reality, unfortunately. Right, so sages had to protect us from ourselves so we can enjoy. Okay, continue. So work everybody can do, but enjoyment not so much. The prohibition ensures that people will not postpone all their chores until the Yom Tov and be left with no time to enjoy the festivals, right? So if you leave all of the cooking on Yom Tov, which is, as we said, permitted to cook, especially all the days, if you do the slaughtering, if you do the salting, if you do this what is it? Yeah, like rinsing the meat, this and that, checking the lungs, all of these things that you need to do for shkita. Where exactly are you going to pray? When exactly you're going to do other things, right? So festival enjoyment itself is a reason not to apply the prohibition to carrying. Okay. Festival enjoyment itself is the reason not to apply prohibition to carrying. So we need to understand why. Although most of the object can be carried to their destination before Yom Tov, the freedom to carry necessary items on Yom Tov itself adds greatly people enjoyment of the festival. So now, and I'm going to explain why. So especially in the area when you don't have Eruv, for example, right, and you're restricted. So right, so for example, you want to go visit your friends, and now you have little children, so you're not allowed to go with a baby carriage. Right, and a child is it's too far for him or her to walk. So now here comes the Yom Tov, and you're allowed to take a baby carriage. You're allowed to take diapers, milk, juice, cookies, whatever you want to do. You understand? So it's for sure it's a purpose for like reason for enjoying. Okay. The festival, and not only that, where I was like some people like I don't know, they suffer for not caring, and that they have to remember this and that, and one guy was telling me like he was in one of our classes, and we said that you're not allowed to carry reading glasses. So some people have only reading glasses. Right, so reading glasses mean that you don't need them when you walk out on the street. Actually, you cannot see anything with those glasses, but you need them when you read. So we learned there that you're not allowed to take the reading glasses. And he suffered a lot. He went to Shabbos to shul, and I don't know what he did, but he complained that there are no reading glasses. So I told him you had to ask people. Maybe somebody have extra. Sometimes people come and they leave their reading glasses like in a place where they read. So maybe you can borrow, or there's some left over, left behind, not left over, left behind the reading glass. In my shul there is a like big basket. People, I don't know, they donate or they forget. I mean, whatever. So you can go and pick your size. Understand? But on Yom Tov you can carry, so that's for sure enjoyment. Continue. Thus, even if a needed item could have been brought to the destination beforehand, meaning you could have bring before the Yom Tov starts, right? One may carry it there on Yom Tov. So that's an amazing thing. So me personally, I'm trying. Like my personal things, like I was afraid. What if I put something in a pocket on Yom Tov, which is when it's allowed, and I'll forget to remove from pocket. So I prefer I treat Yom Tov in this carrying exactly as the Shabbos. Me personally, but again, so if a person needed, and I don't use the Eruv. Okay, but if a person suffers from that and he forgets, of course, there is no restriction whatsoever. They can carry whatever they want and don't suffer. Okay, continue. Me personally, I'm saying because I'm trying to do everything simple, straightforward and simple, so don't put myself in difficult situations. but it's not halacha, as we said. So on Yom Tov you're allowed to carry.